where they wanted to work with FCC, and it was a co-creation process that put the right people in the right place. And so I hope that that model of co-creation for the donors and the NGOs or anybody else who's supporting them sit in the back seat and provide the catalyzing investments that are focused on the local context, which are defined by the people closest to where they're going to be living the impacts of those decisions.
Very important point. Honorable Minister, I've come to Nigeria, I've faced Farouk. Okay, come forward, that challenge is resolved. Then I look at the next two things. I want to ask you afterwards how you handle that. Process requires power. Okay? Smart agriculture, irrigation requires power and drive irrigation. To be competitive, one of the advantages of Nigeria, you've got a huge domestic market. But you're still competing with the world. So how do we get access to those sort of things? Policy, and I know you have certain SAP says that you also have to play with ADB. For power, for basic requirements that we need as investors, whether Nigeria, and also very keen on one issue.
Fair to embrace and further bolster the
land issue
that the national legislature has so courageously invested in this matter. It is in view of it that I today, Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, signing and issuing Executive Order Number 131, establishing the Office of a War and Economic Transport for Liberia.
This signing, what does this mean for Liberia and Liberians, and what you have also been campaigning and talking about?
And it's a turning point in our country's history, the beginning of the end of the culture of freedom in our country.
Thank you. The speaker is here. Honorable Speaker, the media, sir, you presided over the resolution being signed in the House of Representatives, and today you here. What does this mean to you, not just as a Speaker of the House of Representatives, but as a Liberian as well, sir?
Actually, I had goosebumps when I saw the President signing the executive order establishing the War and Economic Transport. Justice was delayed, and no matter how long, but it will not be denied. Our people today will see the cause of justice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
All persons under the code of conduct who are in government, holding political party position, must resign.
They must resign.
The code of conduct in part 5.
Maybe you need to come back.
Yeah. The code of conduct says, once you are appointed by the president, you are not supposed to be in political party management. If you are a chairman, you co-chair, you secretary, you treasurer, you chaplain of a political party, that's political party management. If we're going after people for violating the code, on one count, we cannot be violating the code on another count.
Okay.
I'm demanding, this is a general code. The next time I come here or anywhere and I have to do this, I will call name of those who must do so. They know themselves already.
Not just a stalwart, but I'm in charge of inter-party affairs of the Unity Party, so I'm responsible to make sure that all of our Unity Party Alliance members are covered under this area.
When you are confirmed, the code of conduct says at your level, you should not be involved with party management. When you resign,
yes, that is something that can be considered, but again, it has to come after confirmation.
that's it. Should you be considered
That is something that
confirmed?
can be considered.
You are under obligation to do it, not by consideration. It is demanded. And you want to convince me that you will
Yes, once we review the laws and they are that clear without any
It is as clear as in part 5, 8.8. It says, at your level, you should not be in political party management.
Senator, as I confirmed during my introduction, we are committed to upholding the different rules and laws of this country, and where explicitly provided by law, we are committed to ensuring that we live by those laws that are provided.
Thank you for answering my question.
Okay, folks, Spoon TV Live, we are here between Zueju and Toasttown. We are headed to Toasttown, but the road here, as you can see, is very, very deplorable. I mean, it's beyond deplorability. Very, very bad. It's nearly impassable. As you can see, the trucks have gotten stuck from both sides of the road. So there's no way for any vehicle from Zueju headed to Nimba to pass through very easily until these trucks can be removed, until they can make their way out of this mud. But that's how bad the road situation here is between Zueju and Toasttown. I don't know how it's going to be like going further. This is just one of the worst, very worst parts of the road. Other parts of the road are not smooth, but at least they are passable. Yeah, but this part of the road is nearly impassable. Nearly impassable. So we are here to see how those guys will remove this truck from this mud, so that we can be able to make our way through. We have smaller vehicle. I do want to believe that a smaller vehicle will pass here more easily than the trucks, but the trucks have blocked both ends, both sides of the road, so to speak. All right, but this just speaks to the lack of road connectivity in Liberia. One of the oldest countries in the world, not just in Africa. One of the oldest independent nations in the world, still suffering from bad road network. But we hope that this administration can do more when it comes to paving roads and cutting the roads as well, because this is bad for farmers. For example, if I farming vegetables, if I should harvest my crops, how do I move them to Tapeta? How do I move them to Ganta? How do I move them to Monrovia when the road is like this? All right, and vegetables are crops.
good morning, and welcome to Spoon FM this morning. Spoon Radio, Fabric 101.1 and Spoon 107.5. This is how I'd like to welcome you to the today's show on this station. My name is Dennis Nipson, and I'm here sitting in. Oh yes, Yekazi is not feeling well, and he's not here, but I'm in the presenter seat, and we are here to take you through. I will be joined by Chokon any moment for now, my colleague. So it is good to be back on this Wednesday to have the today's show this morning. And the day after the holiday unification day, it is good to be back on the radio. Too many things to talk about in our country. As we know, there are a lot of issues to talk about today. Our 12th graders begin the WAS, that is the national exam, like we usually say. So we will be talking about that and couple of issues on the program. But I'd like to say welcome, and I by this time you are all gathering, you are all set on your way to work. Some people are facing traffic with the traffic issues. Obviously from the ERW route to town, there are others who experience traffic. So if you have to watch out for traffic, you will have to consider from the ERW junction for those who are coming from the Rabbits International Airport way to town. Obviously, you will experience traffic around the ministerial complex because of the influx of vehicles that are coming from the Boulevard Junction towards the Congo Town end. So obviously there will be a bit of traffic at that end. Always know that there will be traffic, and if it is at this time, that is 19 minutes according to our time in studio after it, just know that you will actually experience traffic at about this time because everyone was home for the holiday and they are back, so you will experience traffic. And also for those coming from the that is the Breuville end, those coming from Ghana'sville end, also know that there will be traffic as well at the Vartan area going to town. Know that you experience a bit of traffic because of the Vigo movement as well. There will be traffic. Yeah, so always know that there will be traffic. Also, we are around. We are in the rainy season. Always be prepared for the rainy season. Know that when you are coming out, there will always be some unfavorable weather condition because we are in the rainy season. Last night we had heavy downpour of rain at some areas, so know that this morning is a bit cool out there, and um the weather also was changing, so definitely perhaps there will be some rain and bad weather. So you have to be prepared. It's at this time that those who are selling the umbrella and other safety as it relates to the rain, can have their time, can make their money. So be prepared, make sure you also pitch on that. Yes, this is the Spoon today's show, so I'm going to give some courtesy to some of our viewers, those who are viewing us on Spoon TV. We have Papi Keita say good morning, Spoon TV. Okay, this is CDC Papi Spencer Keita from Duporo, Nancy Giddings watching from Congo Town. We have Christine Alperton following from Maryland County. We have Adila Kamara, James John. We have Rich Queen. Okay, you can join the live stream. You can also share the video, invite someone to watch alone as we discuss on the platform, discussing issues that matters to our country. So today, like I said, 12th graders are beginning their wax across the country in every county. They are beginning their wars, and how are they going about? We know that the preparation and all of that with WAEC Liberia, in terms of how the 12th graders said their wars this morning, and all of those things that need to be considered. We are wishing them well, and perhaps when we open the phone lines, we're going to also hear from the parents, how are they going about in terms of the preparation of their kids who are gone, some of them camping, some perhaps staying home because of their location is nearby, so they don't have to come and all of that. But we want to wish them well and to ensure that they can bring proud to Liberia to have good marks in the WAS. It is important that we our kids out there who are in 12th grade can perform well to make Liberia proud, and it is good. This morning we're going to talk about the issue about the motorcyclists. As we are aware, as per the MOU with the Liberia National Police and the Motorcyclist Union, their regulation has begun this morning, which is the 15th of May. Um, the Liberian National Police, along with transport and all those involved, are out there making sure or ensuring that the motorcyclists can comply with their regulations that have been set. But what I experienced this morning, and I think for my own uh, understanding or the way it should be, from the feeder roles, the community roles within a community, because the entire motive of this entire process is to ensure safety for motorcyclists, and for motorcyclists who will be plying the main routes, to ensure that they can have their safety gadgets, their safety tool, like the police talk about helmet and all of that, to be used while they are flying the major routes. But interestingly, what I saw this morning, even within a community role on my way to work, saw the police stopping motorcyclists from plying the Congo Town back road, which of course they were not going on the main route, how to delay people. I think that that should be done on the major route, in as much as they are saying is to curtail this issue of accident, the accident rate and all of that on the major road, the major route of from Monrovia, or let's say from ERW Junction to Broad Street. So I think that that should be done that way, but not within a community, because mind you now, everyone will not have the means to have their private vehicles. They won't. So if the police now is coming at intersection within like the community, the feeder rules, that will be a problem for citizens, their movement, because others are going to school just around their vicinity, they are going to school and they have to use motorbike. And if you are saying that they shouldn't plow that route, it becomes a sticker issue. It becomes a really jamming issue for the citizen, for those who are going about. People wake up in the morning, they are going to school, they are going to work, they need to move freely, in as much as they are not going on the major road, that is the main road. They are not going on the main road with the motorbike. I think they should be allowed to plow that side. And I was surprised this morning to see that the police were at the Congo Town back road, specifically the road leading to the Bishop Michael's Friendship Road, because I'm on the side. Perhaps other on the other side of this city of Monrovia or Monserrato may have had their own experience this morning as it relates to the regulation. We welcome that decision by the Liberian National Police to ensure that the motorcyclists can adhere to the rules and regulations, because it is actually important for them as well, for their safety, for our safety as well, as we come out, how we go out, and how we conduct ourselves. So it is important, because most of those guys, there are some of them who are, they just ply the street anyhow. They remove their view mirrors, and they just ride recklessly, which is not safe for anyone who is riding behind them, or even those pedestrian that will be crossing, all of that. So it's a good measure, but the measure should consider a lot of issues. And I think at this point in time, perhaps the first step that should have been taken is to start the regulation with registration, ensuring that they are compliance to the traffic rules, registering their bike, ensuring that the motorcyclists, the bikes are registered, then beginning with the issue of ensuring whether they have the view mirror, because majority of them, I don't know with those motorcyclists, majority of them, when you ask them, sometimes they'll tell you, BC, sister, auntie, this thing, when when you have the view mirror, and then it doesn't allow you to freely move about. Sometimes you are rushing to pass between the cars, and I think that is dangerous for them, because they have to consider their safety. You cannot always be riding and looking behind because you feel that somebody is at the back. You want to see who is coming at the back. The view mirror is intended to make you ride the back safely, to watch out for vehicles that are behind you. So I think that should be done step by step. That's how I see it. That should be done that way. Ensure first that the motorbikes are registered. After the registration, make sure that they have their view mirrors and everything. Then the issue about the helmet and all of that can come in to play. And the issue of the helmet, there's a lot around that. And just recently I did a post on Facebook. I was like, teasing, like, oh, so it means that 99 our Denise and 99 others will have to share helmet like that, or 99 others and I have to share a helmet, the kind of a thing like that, asking a question, because safety matters. Imagine a motorcyclist flying throughout the day, and then they're running throughout the day, and they're 50 passengers a day, and all of them using the same helmet. Safety measures come into play. So there's a lot to talk about with this issue of helmet, in as much as we are ensuring that this can be worked on, the safety can be curtailed, in how the accident rate can be reduced. But the issue about safety, it is very key. It is very key, and it's something that we need to look into. And there are a lot of issues. The motorcyclists themselves, usually some of them, I would say, do not observe hygiene properly, and where they take the helmet to place the helmet. And when they come, you want to get a bike to go, they tell you, take your helmet, you have to you have to use the helmet, and you don't even know the next person that use the helmet, and you yourself, you taking that helmet to use it. So sometimes the issue about policies, regulations, and things, these are things that need to be studied well. You need to study it well before you can start implementing. It's not a quick fix issue. It is not something that you would do just like that. So it is important that we take key look at those things. It is good that, yes, the police is the police RG is actually spirited. He's Albeit he's vibrant, want to be proactive, want to ensure that motorcyclists can adhere, can carry on safety measures, because I know this is something that he also started some point in time, that he started before the CDC administration, where he was removed and another person came in. So I think perhaps it's something that he wants to ensure that he can regulate, he can be successful in it. But in doing that, there are a lot of issues. That's why sometimes people will say policies is not hasty decision. It's not hasty decision. You have to take into consideration a lot of issues, because safety, mind you, now I'm going out, then I don't have a vehicle, I want to go to Broad Street, I'm leaving here JBA, or I'm leaving Bannersville, I'm leaving Broadville, I want to go to Broad Street, I have to use motorbike. And then I have my hair all fixed and all of that. I need to use helmet. And then somebody else use the helmet. And that person too using the helmet. While using the helmet, they did not consider safety measure. That person may have had cold or something, and no, they just not everyone is that careful as other will be. So I think that issue needs to be looked into very well. Needs to be looked into as it relates to how they go about that and all of that. So the issue about the motorcycle regulation that need to be taken into consideration. Like I said, the safety measure, health complications that others, some people are very sensitive when it comes to their body, when it comes to their health issue. So it is not about how you go about it. You may use the helmet. Maybe other adults will use the helmet with 20 others who are use the helmet and they take it. But then the next person go and use that helmet. It becomes a problem for them. So all of these things need to be actually looked into. And we know that rules, we know that there will be regulations as well. Yes, indeed, people have to comply with those rules as well. But the issue of unemployment is a very, very, very serious issue as well. Unemployment. So people look at that as well. Those motorcyclists, they go out in the street and then they ply in the route and all of that. They too need to survive. So how many people will ride in the community? To be real, the motorcyclists, there are many. So there are a lot of things to consider. Um, yes, there are a lot of things to consider. Their health, the health complication, like I said, the safety measure. There's a need that they start step by step, ensuring that the people can register. In during the registration is when you ask the motorcyclist, do you have helmet? Do you have view mirror and all of that? Make sure all of those things are on it. When you do that, you have a process step by step. But most of the time in Liberia, we implement things without considering a lot of steps, a lot of processes, to consider. We just come up with a regulation and we jumpstart that regulation. How is it being done? How is it being monitored? How is it being they go about it? That is why sometimes when it starts and you don't see it being successful because the way in which they approach to that process. The approach to that process matters a lot. So, well, removing the motorcyclists from the main road is a good thing. It is good for every one of us, but there should be processes leading to that. First, let's start with them registering their bike, making sure that every one of them, their bikes are registered and whether it is road worthy for the main road. You start with that. And when you begin with that and see that, yes, indeed, they are complying, they are ensuring that they have their view mirror, you are also having workshops with them. I tell you for one fact, some of these guys that are on the motorbike, they don't even know about that whole view mirror. They don't even know how to use the view mirror. I was on a bike with a motorcyclist, and then he had a view mirror, but each time he goes along, he will like look behind. So I was like, but why are you washing your bike and you have this view mirror? He was like, "Business, they think I ain't really understanding it because sometimes you'll see the car will just be looking close or be looking far, that kind of thing." So a lot of them don't have the knowledge about this thing. They don't have the training. Some of them just their friends. Somebody say, come in the community, teach them how to ride a motorbike, and then they get on the motorbike and they are in the community, they are on the main road. So for a successful process, it is important that the LNP, headed by Gregory Coleman, can have segments, blocks, of having training here and there with the motorcyclists, ensuring that they comply, they know what they are doing, how they ride a bike, what needs to be considered, how they need to go about it, and all of that. So if they are used to it, you come in telling them the importance of safety riding a bike. That is where you coordinate with their various unions in the communities, in the counties. You do that. And mind you now, it is not only about Monrovia or Montserrat. You have other counties. There are other motorcyclists who are applying the highway, and they feel pleased the same way to do that without observing the safety measures and put into place. So all of those things need to be considered. Hope we can do that. Hope we can achieve that. Hope we can work on that. And then success can be done. So on yesterday we also threw light on the NEMOT report that was conducted. We could not go in depth because of time. That NEMOT, the president 100 days deliverable, that was done by NEMOT, grading the 100 days of the president and the grade that is score, and with a summary that says President Bouakar's inauguration on January 22nd this year, the United Party-led government released a document titled 100-Day Deliverables, outlining 12 key objectives aimed at achieving targeted milestones within the initial 100 days. The Bouakar-led administration has tackled a robust plan with 107 deliverables spanning multiple sectors since taking office. Of these, 11 constituting 10% are completed, 45 constituting 42% are in progress, and 51 constituting 48% remain unrated due to the lack of available information. So this is NEMOT report as well, talking about the president's 100 days deliverable. 11 constituting 10% are completed out of the 107. So this is something to talk about as well. How did they go about? What do you think about this? How did they go about the 100 days deliverable? We were talking about people being intentional about these things, about what they say to the citizens. And that is why always politicians will be held accountable, because most often they are concerned about the rhetoric and not the impact, how they will go about. And it is good that we have civil society actors who are there to checkmate, who are there to monitor these things that are being said by politicians. I remember during the CDC administration, when NEMOT came up with this President Minter, the grading, and yeah, it was at that time the United Party was in opposition. They were in opposition, and then they lauded, the report. They lauded the report that yes, it is good that this yes, it is good. The people talking about this and what I feel. NEMOT is very well on course. That was their saying. Yes, it's good. They are checkmating. They are checkmating the CDC government. They are not doing anything. They are not doing this. They're not doing that. Now, at this point in time, it is about the United Party now The table turned. So the 100-day deliverable, people talk about how can you grade someone in 100 days of the administration, but it is thing that is said they will do. So that's why NAMO has come up to grade them, to talk about it, and tell them that, hey, be informed that out of the 107 promises that you made that will be successful in 100 days, you have just fulfilled 10, minute portion of that. So how are they going to go about it? It is a challenge to the administration, to the Bwakar's administration, to double up, to do more, to be on par in the next months to come. And there are a lot of issues. When the government started, the issue of appointing people to power. Appointing, nominating officials, and you realize that they will withdraw that. They will put the other person, two, 3 person taking one position, and all of that. Having the crisis within the turnover positions, the unachieved, no, car will get stuck in the mud, and all of those issues. So it is a challenge for the administration to do more, and that more can be done, that they can work on it to ensure that their promises to the people can be completed. And like someone was saying that the issue about the motorcyclists as well, when they say, oh, they will remove them from the street, and later on the RG came up and said, okay, we're not going this time, and was like, I was like, no, because the issue about the motorcyclists cannot be something in 100 days as well. It is something that take a longer time. It's a long-term issue. It's not a quick fix issue, like the economy. So no administration will come now and tell you that, oh, yes, we'll have bread and butter. No, in 100 days, they won't be sincere to you. So these are things that we need to look up for. These are things we need to watch out for. The motorcyclist issue needs to be looked into, like I said, how they go about it, how they address the issues. There should be processes. The police should begin, along with the transport ministry that is headed by Minister Sirleaf as well. Sirleaf Tyler. Yeah, Minister Tyler as well. To collaborate, to firstly ensure that they can register, let a motorcycle register across the country, know that they register. When they're registering, you come in, then you asking them, you making sure that they have all of those things that are required to be on their motorbike. They have the view mirror, like I said, and registration, compliance, all of those things, and start with the safety measures, start to carry on training in a various segments, their blocks that they have, their unions that they have, work along with them, coordinate with them, because government is service now. You is service, and it is not because you want to it's not because you want to, perhaps have them being in compliance, so you just go about that. No, you have to make sure that they can comply, they can follow. So you have to like something like you are mentoring, you are helping them to grow, so that they can see the process, they can appreciate the process. I'm going to open the lines to have you weigh in with this issue about the motorcyclists. The 12th graders as well, they have begun their wax exam across the country. We're going to hear from you as well. Whether there are some concerns, raised by the 12th graders, some schools and all of that, wherever you are, some of those issues that they are faced with. We're going to hear from you, the public. The issue about this regulation you have started, how is it to you? How do you consider that? Looking at the safety, looking at your health, looking at health risks as well, with the issue of helmet, where you have motorcyclists carrying one helmet to be exchanging it with several passengers. What do you make of that? How do you think that can be worked on? And all of that. I know some people will say during the COVID time, some people were using helmets. Yeah, some people try to use it, but they had a lot of disinfective stuff, lot of safety measures in place that they were following, they were using. So it wasn't that bad thinking about health risks. So we're going to hear from you. Let's hear from you. What do you make of that? The issue about the 100 days deliverables as well. What's your impression? What's your view on that as well? All of that going to weigh in. 0777 777 105 0555 1010 105. We're going to go to the lines and take few calls from our okay, let me take this caller. Good morning.
Okay. Oh, the very first thing that I want to say that you said that because of your health and whatsoever, you'll be running here and there. I'm against it totally. You see the monopoly will inherit your health, leave it. If you feel the health will not be healthy for you, leave monopoly. Number one, Labrador is a law. This law goes to everybody. Be it in the community, be it on the main road, be it anywhere. If you follow the law, let the law take a due course. Charity begin at home. Let them start to where they help in the community. Then it becomes a principal street, they will administer it.
Okay.
Who they because about in the community, some have the right to do this. If you feel that the motor that was to you, leave it and walk or criminal color.
All right.
This is not what you're supposed to be telling the people. Tell the people that.
Thank you. Let's hear you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This is the voice of Emmanuel Z. Morgan Adri from Far for the
Okay, let's hear you.
Thank you. I think you have just said it all when it comes to the helmet business. You know, we Liberians, we love to bluff. We can really bluff in the country. So see a Liberian man, only one helmet from motorcycles, I think it would be a very difficult issue. So the next thing I think will be better for the motorcycle ourselves to protect ourselves. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing right now. But to see when you want to make another will be a very great.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, we lost that caller. Let me get this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Gabriel Do, calling from Upper Kwawe. Okay, thank you. My sister, the issue of the motorcycle, it will not work. They are very regular. They will not use helmet. You're talking until you get tired. You're kind of different. You're kind of different policy again. This is the country I've seen that when government come with policy, they come and say they will act here. They come and kind of change it. They can put an answer at all. They will not use helmet. I can what you do. What other country you see put them when government say they might pass, so they will not pass there. But for our country, they put their very regular motorcycle. They are not serious. So it will be serious problem. Hey, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is God's starting. The Secretary General will concern motorcyclists and tricyclists advocacy movement in Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. I'm calling you from Patinga Village, West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, in regards to the regulation, the no-go zone being enforced by the police today, I believe it is a disservice to us as a motorcyclist.
It is a what?
It is a disservice.
Disservice?
To the public, disservice to the public and the motorcyclists as a whole. Yeah, because let's call them grab the land where motorcyclists are not serious, motorcyclists are not law-abiding. It is not true. Cyclists from this country, they are law-abiding. But then how will you know that this man is a law-abiding citizen when the needful is not done?
Okay.
How many times you ever heard on radio that unions or police are conducting workshops for cyclists? Let's be frank in this country. Cyclists are taxpayers, like other people around here. They are contributing immensely to the growth and development of this country. So what are you seeing in return from the government and the union to that of the motorcyclists in this country? They are not there. And as a matter of fact, by club will be having a press conference.
So you believe you also know that some of your people are reckless when it comes to the motorcyclists, right?
Yes, I do agree to the fact that many of them are reckless, but it is due to the attitude of the unions. Because union I to be the mediator between the cyclists and the government. They should be the one to serve as liaison. But then on a contrary, union are the one harassing motorcyclists today, taking them from one police station to another police station. So because of that, there is no trust anymore in the union that we are calling today. Because if the policemen are harassing motorcyclists, union is the one to stand there and say, no, what is not right, but union are the one in cahoots with the police.
All right, thank you.
Let me say to the public that this whole thing about no-go zone, it is not in the interest of the country.
Okay.
Yes, the no-go zone.
Why you mean by not in the interest of the country?
It is not in the interest of the country.
Okay, thank you. Others
yeah,
are
the no-go zone, you all see that when government comes to power, the police will be walk in line with the union to impose a no-go zone on the cyclists and the public. Number one.
All right, thank you.
Let's give a revenue for themselves.
Okay, let's give chance to others to participate as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so that's it. We have to keep talking about the issue with the motorcyclists. So let's hear from you. You are out there. You are following the police regulation this morning that has begun across Monrovia and its environment. What do you make of it? How do you see it working? What are those things to consider? Like I was talking about the issue of safety, the issue about your health issue, looking out more than one people sharing helmets and all of those things that need to be considered. What do you think about that? And like I said, also there should be processes leading to this regulation. They should firstly ensure that the motorcyclists can start their registration. Is during the registration as well that you monitor, you try to see whether they have all of their safety gadget into place, whether they are taking into consideration the safety measures, what are they doing and how are they going about it, the helmet they are using, all of those things. So that is what that's my point. Perhaps like the other caller said, no, they should be removed from the road. So everyone will have their own view about that. What do you make of it? They are in your community this morning. Let's hear you as you weigh in on 07777 7105 0555 1010 Let's hear you. This is the Spoon Today's show on Spoon FM 107.5 and Fabric 101.1. My name is Dennis Nipson, and I'm here today. My colleague as well is not here, Yekezi, who is not feeling well. Let's hear you on the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Manager Smith.
Okay.
No, sir. Motorcyclist. Why? In the community, the issue is You said
Yeah.
most of the movies they are criminals, so I go zoom to go for one study is the if you have
Hello. Okay.
do your webinars.
Yeah, you have to speak up now. You're on the radio. You have to talk.
Hello?
Yes, I say you're on the radio. You have to put live in what you're talking.
Yeah, well, I'm talking, I don't know.
Okay.
Let me call back because
Okay. So yes, we are talking about the issue of motorcyclists today. The Liberian National Police, they have begun their regulation. Today is the 15th of May, and ensuring that no motorbike that is plying the main route is not rewarded in terms of observing all of their safety gadgets. Let's hear you. Good morning.
good morning, how are you, man?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, pertaining the I'm a motorcyclist, but
What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Philip T. Tender.
Okay.
I'm not looking at it to be necessary that passengers should be exchanging helmet for our own safetyness, the protection of the passengers. Some passengers we think they can be drunk at the back. We can only stop to them to their various destination. So some people may mess up that helmet, then another person come and put it on their head, and mainly for the women, the heel may not go into the helmet. So we got to look into that and say that it will be necessary.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you, man.
Okay. Let's hear you. What do you make of our discussion this morning on the Spoon Today show? Good morning.
Yeah, Denise, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Barate from Dr. Bypass.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yes, it's a good topic, and I think it's better that we all try to discuss so that the both parties, the police, the motorcyclists, can see how best to resolve some of these things. But to go to the point, like the caller before me said, I listened to the IG the other day where he was saying that at least in most motorcycle things you have helmet, and then you have another helmet for the passenger that will carry. That's my concern. So my concern is a man will pick up a helmet, he put it on, he got rackets all over him, and the man got to carry if he want a passenger. Then the next person who comes there will take that same helmet to put it on his head. I mean, it means we'll be calling around here. For me, in the very short while, you can use one helmet on top still. A motorcycle will carry.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah, for point.
No. So the end for me, I suggest that the rider can have all his accessories, including insurance and all those kind of things. But the person, if you only carry 1%, the person behind, at least he can be protected by holding the rider to go to his destination.
Okay.
But to use one helmet from one person to another, I'm sure the health problem will cause in the town. It means that when you solve one problem, create thousands of problems.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's hear you on the Spoon Today show as you make your input on the discussion talking about the issue of motorcyclists using or the regulation that is being put in place.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Dennis.
Yes. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Dr. Samuel from Lookington.
Okay.
You know, my sister, you see, sometimes in this country, people run decisions not to satisfy people, but to satisfy themselves.
What do you mean by that?
Last night, I listened to the president of the motorcyclists speaking. I knew that he was not speaking out of interest of motorcyclists, but he was speaking out of his own interest and out of what he know that he can benefit from the government. Look, if the police have the mandate and the vice president intervene, they bring in other suggestions. What was his recommendation to the police? What was his appeal to the police on behalf of the motorcyclists? But he said because the both agreed, so the 10 they were enough. In fact, the motorcyclists are aware and they are happy. That's lie. That first broker, the requirement needed for you to go now to where they want us to go. They're telling you have an insurance. How much insurance costs? Will the person get the money in 5 days to get the insurance money? They ask you to have helmet. Helmet in Liberia is sold at $25. In the same motorbike traffic that you're running, that 3 days money, that almost 4 day money there.
No, that one you can get $25 now.
They got helmet for $25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Motorcycle they can get $25.
Motorcycle helmet. I'm in traffic. I'm telling you. The umbrella will buy the umbrella for 25. I'm in traffic. I'm saying what I always have.
That's what I'm saying. I say to get $25 is not a difficult thing for motorcycle.
No, what I'm saying, it takes you 2 to 3 days to get that money.
Okay.
Look, all those that doing work and pay. If you're working for somebody for you to get the motorbike at the end, the owner is telling you that you should give them 1,500 a day. And this kind of requirement come on.
Okay.
How will you manage to get that money and get the Bosnia report and the person to need their report?
So you are saying that there should be time frame, right?
The time frame number one,
you
should have been talking about, okay, then give her 1 month so that we look about getting all of those material steps. That's one. Nobody will have problem about the safety. But he's not even talking about the motorcyclists. Look, my sister, there is a lot that the people promise us. During the Banjo, I don't know whether you have any video when the president went to launch campaign in Banjo, Broville, where the motorcyclists were promised on that day. He, the president, that same president was over there saying that we will be recognized in the national budget, the very first budget that the president will present to the Senate.
Were you there? Who said that?
The president of the motorcyclists on the launching day program. If you have the video, play.
Oh, he said the president of the motorcycle, but that's his own way of leadership. Now you can't blame government
and it was confirmed. It was confirmed by even Senator Daylon.
Okay,
on that particular launching day. Even in Bannersville, launching program, they said the same thing. They allowed the day. Look, when the president was leaving from his house to come to ATS, who escorted the president convoy on that day? It was the motorcyclists that escorted the president.
Okay.
But you know what they're doing? Nobody was, some people taking it to be, some of us too for it before we campaign for them.
Having your input.
It's about regulation. Nobody will stop you from regulating people, but at least come with the red channel. Okay. Come with the system that everybody will bow, that it will not harm, it will not give the person hard time, and then you will not also refuse to do want them to do.
Thank you so much for having your input. We have others on the line.
Very serious.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have others. We have to take them. We can keep taking one person on the line. Yes, and this is the Spoon Today show. Let's hear you what you make of our discussion this morning on the program. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You happen to be the first female. Let's hear you.
I'm Jacqueline Harris from the Uru.
Okay.
We are discussing motorcycle this morning.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, the government already told the motorcycle to not come on. We saw to start today. I don't know whether they changed it.
No, they started today. That's what we are talking about.
But I think motorcycle all on the road, some of them don't have helmet. So I don't know why.
All right.
And the time they get in to go buy that helmet, to me, because if you go and buy a motorcycle, they will give you one helmet. Well, I don't know if they can use the helmet, they have to go buy a new one. So I
they should use two now. One for them. They should use two. One for them, one for the motorcycle. I mean, the passenger.
Oh, so that the passenger only discussing all of the motorcycle.
Their own and the passenger own. If you don't have yours and the passenger own, all of that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I feel doing for this. My name is Lucas Package.
Okay.
For the topic on the discussion this morning, we have the place this morning on the motorcycle. You see, it's a good idea that the government saying that motorcycles should use helmet.
Mm-hmm.
But let's look at this way. One helmet You are different people. Don't look at the hair indication in this. Remember that this thing, they will not wash it, they will not be clean. From one head to another head, from one head to another head. So if the government work for the motorcyclists, because you can't depend on her. You tell motorcyclists you want to take one person with one head there, then one person sit there with one head there. So you get the government like that, oh, everybody should buy that one head and wear.
Okay.
Did you get it? No, let me just say this to the government. If you want, now a motorcycle run the street, wherever you are running, buy your own motorbike, get to the rank and pay. After everything, you send it order, then you're nothing about the street.
No,
you get your motorcycle on the street, after everything, that way, look, you get different things this way. It is cool now to run it in the street. All fast.
Okay.
There's a rescue team. Yeah, there's a rescue team. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear you on the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 and Fabric 101.1 on the station. Let's hear you make your input. We take few more calls on the topic. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
This is Matthew Green. I'm calling from Joburg.
Okay.
Thank you for your program.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly speaking, Gregory Coleman's decision is untimely, unacceptable, unprofessionally done. Getting power to rescue the nation. I'm saying there should be no relation. But the time took to take this too short. There should be dialogue. Call the motorists, come and let us sit. Let's discuss. When you discuss, you arrive at a situation where we agree. But you took the decision, another time you call them to come and discuss, to agree, then you bring in the vice president. It was wrong. Then what time do you expect somebody to go and find helmets, jackets in 5 days' time? You say you will implement the system on the 15th of May. Unacceptable.
Okay.
They are trying to damage the reputation of the government. And let me say it honestly. This motorbike issue will affect our country in 2029.
All right. Thank you.
Will affect us.
Okay.
It will affect us. It is wrong. We don't wait to retreat. They are not working.
So are you a Liberian too?
Definitely Liberian. I'm from Ensino. I have my voter ID card. I have my citizen ID card. I have my passport. Everything.
Okay.
I am a Unity Party partisan since 1997.
Okay.
Under these children, it will damage our 2029.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Let's hear get more few more calls on the program. The man say he's Unity Party partisan since 1997. So let's hear you on the program. Those of you watching, you can share the video. Those of you following as well, watching on TV, the numbers are 0777 0777 777 105 0555 1010105. So you can, that's the number if you want to get you the cost line. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Alexander. I'm calling from District 6 in Maserati.
Okay.
I don't really know. Liberians, it's quite difficult to sometimes, go by, rules and regulations that will lead to our own safety.
Okay.
Government can, government go. We will always run the propaganda, speak the politics. I don't think this one at this time, being safe is your own concern. So if government come up with a regulation, the motorcycle have the right. We know that they have a leadership, and the leadership they hear spoke. If it is not enough, you can stay dialogue with the government. It gives you ample time to get your own safety, gear. I think it's necessary. Like one of the callers said, if interested. For example, I don't want to be so religious or sensitive by calling a belief name like the Jehovah's Witnesses. I admire them a lot.
Okay.
When they write you about what they do, they carry their own helmet. If you feel like you want to be safe, like you rightly said, you purchase your own helmet.
Okay.
You use your helmet and you get home with it. I think that is appropriate. But government, I mean, to rescue, to save you, your own life. I mean, see the terrible accident that happened. I just came from Lofa Day where I said we don't experience this kind of terrible accident, you know, in the leeward counties.
All right.
But those things are permanent in the cities, more especially in Monrovia.
Okay.
So,
Thank
my
you.
people, if you want to be safe, you can buy your own helmet. I think it will be necessary for yourself. But government is government, and government is next to God.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having your input on the program. Okay. Okay. This person. Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Please lower your radio. Maurice Siasi. Hello.
Yeah.
You said, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. My name is calling from Central Monrovia.
Okay. Please lower your radio at the back.
Yeah, my data point is the government decision is going to be the jail for all motorcyclists to flag on the principal street. And then we come up with one decision, we say something you should be very sure of it. But then you can come up with a decision and change your decision.
When
I think
what
that
a
was the problem is. The decision they came up with first that no motorcyclists flag on the street.
Okay.
I think it was okay because the president of the motorcyclists already in Wednesday to start with the motorcycle to share up the street. The person from Douala, use people ways to go straight away there, can use radar side, go all the way here, the way that community is. But then later on, they try to put it inside, say that the majority went there, you know, one helmet and all of the passengers using one helmet. That's risky. You have to go to die in the time when that pandemic came, or who there for die because of the coronavirus. It's one helmet for sweating.
Okay.
After they finish using the helmet, and then another person can close their hair, which is very risky. Okay. You are just with me when the first decision we go, just about that decision, so they're teaching it.
Thank you.
The thing all coming on me for election, this and that, when they won't go by in power, you can't run the country like that.
Okay. Thank you. Let's hear you on the program. Okay. Okay, we lost that caller. So let me squeeze in few more calls and then I'll go for take a break, and when I get back, transition into another discussion that is very much important to this discourse. Let's hear you as you put few more calls on the program and we call it your day. Okay. Okay, I lost the caller. Okay. Yeah. Yes, and so we talking about this motorcyclist issue. We welcome the decision from the LNP, and like we said, but we said there are other issues to consider. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm coming home, man.
I'm fine. Let's hear you. But where are you calling me from?
This morning, my name is George Mova from TTS.
Okay.
I don't want to comment all of you in the studio. Thank you for everything. God will bless you. You can't start with the motorcycle issue. You press against them, but you have to do the rifle thing. If you do the rifle thing, you're not the problem because someone else just lying slipper, going to the property, that person then they say that under the tanker running all around, and they get it. So they're back to say they should wear helmet or two helmets. This one is the president want to take them job for him. No. I who says that might from here. I no more other okay, give motorcycle and president driver. Again, the whole motorcycle trees, the car trees on the someone the inside, everybody spending the so the thing the president doing the thing you're talking, you have read. Oh, bless you, sir. Thank you. And I don't want welcome president back, welcome back home. Thank you. This is your son, George Morba. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear you as you put through your calls on the program. The today's show, we looking at the issue about the motorcyclist regulation. Good morning. Okay, we lost that color of this network issue. Okay. Yeah. So we are looking at the issue of motorcyclists. You know, the motorcyclists, they play a pivotal role in the society. So when it comes to politicians, when it comes to politics and all of that, you realize that they are very, very vital when it comes to that. So the healing of that and also their situation and the safety of Liberia is very much important. And like somebody said, a caller said, that the issue about politicizing regulations and policy becomes a whole situation. If you decide to regulate and say yes, people are no longer going, they shouldn't go on the main road, stay with that, and no political interference. Sometimes it try to spoil or derail the entire situation and make it a way that sometimes others might not see it to be factual or take you to be serious in that endeavor. So let's get this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please lower your radio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm calling from Kingsway, Formula.
Okay.
I want to know how the security, whether they will start the security stool from round bike.
Which security?
Any private security or security as a whole. Because they have to go for inspection and most of them ride motorbike to go on that inspection on the field.
No,
So
the rule,
how
the
they will be
regulation,
considered?
the regulation has it has exception and all of that. So there are people who are using private bikes. The bikes are registered, so all of that take into consideration. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have all of that covered under their regulation.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Yes, and we also know that on yesterday the president returned from the United States, where he was attending the U.S. Africa Business Summit, and he's back in country from the United States after meeting, engaging, and networking with other leaders out there. He's back in the country to continue his mandate as the president of the republic. So it's important to know that and also welcome the president as well from the United States after a few days. Let's hear you on the program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jonathan Joe, and I'm calling from ELA District 6.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, let's hear you. Okay, we lost that caller. Yes, so I will now call it a day on this segment. Take a break and take some commercials, and then when I get back, we talk more of national issues here on the program on the Today Show. My name is Dennis Nipsey. I'm here taking you through until 10 a.m. this morning. Yekezi will be here on Monday after, he's because he's not feeling well. But he will be here with me and Chokon as well. My guys, all of the guys there, not well. So they will also be here to join me on Monday. So let me take a break, bring in some commercials, make some money and all of that. Then we call it a day. Yeah. No problem.
Get ready to win real big this 2024 with Winners Incorporated, your go-to destination for trailing sports betting. This 2024, get ready for an intriguing display of sensation in the UEFA Champions League, Europa League, the EPL, and much more. Enjoy exciting match-up, jaw-dropping odds, and non-stop action.
Go Nacho! Oh wow! Oh wow!
Don't miss the excitement. Place your bets now and experience the thrill of victory like never before.
football, basketball, or any other sports in between, we've got the games that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Visit our website or download the app to start your gaming adventure today.
Remember, 18 years and above. Winners Incorporated. They play, you win.
I was walking down the street from a long day at work, tired and hungry, so I decided to buy an icy cold bottle of Malta Guinness.
I feel good.
Refreshing. Now my stomach is filled. I'm energized and ready to take on the world. Enjoy the great rich taste of Malta Guinness, the non-alcoholic malt drink packed with vitamins, energy, and bursting with natural goodness. Feel good
Gateway
with
to
Malta
mastering
Guinness.
computer fundamentals, advanced Excel tools and techniques, and database management system and training. With our high-tech classrooms, you will gain practical knowledge every step of the way. At Blue Crest, we offer BSc IT, BBA, and MSc IT. We render training for corporate institutions. At Blue Crest Liberia, we are a school with creative minds driven by innovation and excellence. Enroll in our fashion and graphics design school today and let the professionals guide your journey from sketching your first design to mastering the latest digital tools, a hub of innovation and learning where students becomes tomorrow's tech leaders starts here. From cybersecurity, artificial intelligence to data analytics, we are your professionals' hope. Whether you are pursuing a career in software development, network engineering, or digital marketing, fashion, and graphics design, Blue Crest Liberia is your gateway to success. Enroll today at Blue Crest. Call 0888-999-444 or 0770-999-444 for more information, or walk into our campus located at Congo Town opposite CDC headquarters. Blue Crest Liberia, where innovation meets education.
Okay, welcome back to the Today Show on Spoon FM and Spoon TV. Yeah, let's so yeah, welcome back, and too many things happening in the background. Yeah, so it's good to be back on the program, and we are a bit looking at Sarah issue, like I said on yesterday. The president returned yesterday evening, returned to the country, and all of that. A lot of issues to talk about here on the program. I also have this. Okay, want to bring some issue to talk about the president return and the president speaking with the press. It is important, to hear from the president on his arrival from the United States, to know what exactly is ongoing at that place. So it is important to do that. So this is the Today Show. Welcome back. Okay. Yes, bear with me. We're trying to set up a little bit. Um, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. For our viewers who trying to bring something, so we want to get to hear a bit from the president. His return to the country. It is important. So we want to get a little bit of what he spoke about, and to hear exactly what exactly was the meeting about. So let's get this on the program and listen to a little bit of what the president will talk about on the program. Yeah. Um, all right. So we're trying to get you a little bit of what President Boakai said when he returned, and apparently okay, yes. So we're going to get to that. Um, so so we this is
Feet enormous. Dr. Augustine Kone, this is Sky Television with that of the Executive Mansion Facebook page. You talk about benefits from Liberia. The president met the Liberian people in Atlanta, Georgia. What did you take from there? It tells me that the Liberian people have come to understand that this is a new day in Liberia and business will not be as usual as he committed himself to them. So it is very clear that the Liberian people want to come home and they want to be a part of this development. And I am sure that they believe that this is a time for it. I saw you in the intercessory service there in Atlanta, Georgia, where the president was honored. And he told the Liberian community there in Atlanta, Georgia, that there will be no business as usual. There will be no shortcut for investors. So, did he tell the organization where he attended? Yes, he did. And he has made this very clear that investors, Nigeria is ready for business and that the doors are open and it will not be business as usual where people will be distorted with money and other kind of things. So he did, that's the message. And one of the messages that he keep going, he's saying he is not looking for the next election, rather he's looking for the next generation. And so if he's looking for the next generation, he has to work the way he's working. The president met with the president of Kosovo, and your critics are saying that there is nothing that we can benefit from Kosovo. What do you make of that? From a historical perspective, it means they know nothing about Kosovo. I'm just going to leave it like that, and we know what it entails. Thank you, Dr. Connell. Thank you. All right. Now I was. You're going.
that was actually Dr. Augustine Kone, there interacting with journalists upon the return of President Boakai from the United States, where he attended the U.S. Africa Business Summit. And you heard his advisor speaking to the press, saying some of the issues that is expected to take place, happen after the president travel. What is expected, perhaps some business, some dividend from the trip, and you hear him talking about that. It is good. It is important to actually get a clue of what actually is expected after the president travel and is back in the country. A lot of Liberians will want to know exactly what is in the travel, what is the dividend that Liberians can benefit of, that Liberians can talk about. And from Dr. Kone explanation, his interview with journalists at the airport, it shows that yes, indeed, they can be able, the country will have some dividend coming in and all of that. Asking him about the Kosovo issue, and you hear his response as well, how he answered the entire issue with the journalist. So with that, and to this issue that happens to this article from the front page Africa that is talking about the federal land crisis. the Fender land issue in the Fendel community, where you have the University of Liberia now, the environment that hosts the University of Liberia. Some years back, or even as far as many years, there has been this issue with the government wanting to claim the land for the university, from President Tobert to President Doe and Madam Salif, and how it went. So in 2016, the government of Liberia, the University of Liberia, through the government of Liberia, saw the need that there was a need to increase their facility, to expand their facility. So they needed to take the land that was around the University of Liberia. And according to them, the land is owned by government, and those who were occupying the land were not the rightful owners, that the land was owned by the University of Liberia. So according to the entire investigation, the Fender dwellers, those who were occupying the land and the university, was in court in terms of who owns the land and all of that. Why they were there talking, trying to follow the process to get the rightful ownership to who the land is being owned by. At that time, Madame Koboré, who was the one heading that entire process, thought it wise that, according to the people, she left the proceeding, and then the following time they saw that there was this huge presence of the police and um, bulldozer that have come, yellow machines on the land to demolish the property, to evacuate the land. And as it is now, the properties that were destroyed, that were demolished, the place is still there, empty. No one has occupied, even the government has not built anything on the land. So in 2016, the Madam Salif administration, President Salif administration, then demolished those houses. Demolished the houses, according to the dwellers, according to the victim of that entire land situation. They went on them, demolished their house. There was a fellow, also by the name, according to the investigation, by the name of Ba, Mr. Ba as well, who had a very bright structure. I think he was building a dormitory. He had a dormitory already built, and when they went to demolish the property, he told them, according to the people there, he told them that you can take the property, you can take this dormitory, use it for the student. Do not demolish it, because if you demolish it, I will surely die, because this is my investment. This is something I invested in. So I don't want to see it be demolished. In as much as you want to take the land, you can take the property and let the student use it. And then they said no. They went ahead and they broke down the structure. They broke down the structure. According to the investigation, the fellow, he couldn't bear that. That also led to his death. Others as well, when the demolition exercise was ongoing, according to the investigation, there were women who gave birth on the scene. There were women who gave birth on the scene. People fell off. People died. According to the investigation, over 22 people. Some died on the day, some died after the entire situation, because they could not bear, some of them, all of their life savings were invested into their projects. One of those having to be Dr. Ketekume Mure as well, a past lawmaker, former lawmaker, and also a retired professor of the University of Liberia. He himself, he had his property. He had a multi-purpose building that would have been used as annexes for banks, for offices, and all of that. He built that structure as well. It was demolished, and according to him, he had his savings, and also he were able to encourage some of his relatives to invest their money in the project, and they all invested, and everything just went like that during the demolition exercise. They are claiming they have their deeds from 19 in the 1919 something. They have their deeds as well to prove that they are legitimate owners of the land. But then the University of Liberia, under the President Salif administration, did not want to hear that, those that were leading the process. According to the investigation, there was another fellow who told them, please allow me to just remove my zinc from over the house before you can break the house. They said no. So that fellow went at night to remove the zinc, that he could go somewhere and put the zinc to have shelter. When he was doing it, he was the at night, because he went at night to his own place to remove the zinc, and he was shot by a security apparatus. He died. So the people at the Fender and that Fender land issue is a very sticky issue. The demolition exercise that was carried out in 2016, when Madam Salif did the demolition in 2016, she was done with that. Whether people were wounded, whether people were killed, whether somebody died, it was not the prerogative of the government. They did not care about that. They did not look into that. They left the people there. They say yes, the people occupying the land, and they don't want to move. And what is interesting to know, according to the investigation as well, there's a factory there that is owned by, I think, Chinese. It is still there. They did not touch it because it was owned by foreigner. They did not touch it, the demolition exercise. But all of the houses, the structures that were built by Liberians there, were all demolished. Until now, after the demolition exercise, they have not constructed anything at that area. They have not constructed anything at the area. The place is just there. In 2019, when President Boakai came, President Weah took over his administration, the citizens again went on the rampage for protests, and a good citizen who happens to be Mr. John Colley, who hails the Liberia, the LMDI, Media Development something, the name is not coming, but the LMDI, John Colley went there, and because he always having dialogue, so he helped with the dialogue, to dialogue with President Weah then, to ensure that they and the government can talk on the issue of their land, of their properties. So President Weah now, at that time, being generous enough, went to the people and said, and according to him, that this thing, the government cannot take its people to court. The government people cannot be in court. So what I can do is for us to solve this problem. Let us work on this. Let us solve it. So he constituted a committee to investigate and come up with their findings. So the LRRC, the Liberia Land Authority, the Popular Works, and also the human rights platform as well, was part of that to investigate. They were part of the committee. So when they did their investigation, those that were affected were over 2,000 citizens affected by the demolition exercise. So they actually did the investigation. All of those who were affected, they monetized their property. They did it. They estimate, they valued the property, how much exactly their property cost, and all of that. They did that, and they came up with a sum of 16 million, over 16 million. that the government, the demolition exercise, the damage caused on the people properties. So the committee recommended to government that those people, and said that those people were unlawfully removed from their area, and it was not in their interest, and there was a need for government to work along with them, to see how best they can be given the land, and also that government should ensure that they compensate them for the destruction that was done. So the committee, this is the direct quote. It said the committee report made it clear, and it was established that the forceful invasion was unprecedented. It was unprecedented that they carry on that entire process. So it means that those people were unlawfully removed from their properties. They broke their structures down. Some of them fell because of that. They according to their family members, they got pressure. They could not stand the situation. So some died. A lot of them got sick, because when something happened, others may not, have that means to really bear it, So they had a whole lot. They had a whole lot. So the committee said, okay, pay the money, give them this money. Say it is 16,000. Government should pay 8,000 of the money to the people, so that they can be able to at least find somewhere to be. So what happened is that the government now, headed by President Weah by then, again went to the people and told them that this situation with the land issue, the government, we know from the report, will wrong you people by forcefully removing you from your properties, destroying your property. For the 8 million that is being told by the committee that the government should pay you people, compensate you people, government doesn't have that money. So what we would do is to ensure that we can pay 5 million of the money. So they talk with the people, and President Weah at that time said the government would pay 5 million of the money. So the people, being in a destitute mood after their properties have been destroyed, some of them, all of what they had was destroyed, they said, okay, we can go by that, and yes, we can accept the 5 million. And then for the 5 million to come again, it was another situation. They have to go here and there, negotiate here and there, talk, have some protests, dialogue. At the end of the day, the Weah administration gave 1 million. 1 million of the money. 1 million of the money. And the 1 million, it was a portion to household, to properties owner, the way in which the public works division, which is the RAP division, was charged with the responsibility to disperse the fund. So they were charged, they did that. Though other felt that other felt cheated. Other felt cheated during the process. They felt cheated that they did not get at least something that represents their property that was destroyed from the initial payment. And that entire investigation, entire article, even the Front Page Africa is on the Front Page Africa. It came on the Front Page Africa Monday edition. So if you want to get the detail as well, you can also follow how terrible it is for those people. Currently, some of them are living at this point in a deplorable condition. They don't have homes. They are living at the mercy of others. Since that time, with the economic challenge and how the economy is, after you struggle, you buy your house, and at the end of the day, it's being destroyed, taken from you that way. And some of them were not prepared. They had to start jumping from their homes and all of that. So even one of the fellows who died afterwards, the invasion, his son currently is not doing anything because his father died. So even in his high school was a problem after the death of his father. Now he has to be struggling. He's just there at the location waiting for the trucks. Sometimes they have a place that the trucks they have the truck come to upload their truck with rare mud with dirt to go and construct or carry somewhere. So they do the negotiation, and when they do that, they compensate them with handout and they give them. That's how they survive it. So a lot of people fell prey to that situation. They are victim of it. The 1 million was paid by the WIA administration, and the 4 million is left to be paid. So the government is owing them an amount of 4 million, which is to be paid. And they are optimistic, they are hopeful that the Bwaka's administration can take on this entire situation. Like the community leader, the chairperson, she was like, we are glad now that President Bwaka is in office, because when this thing happened, we at the time he was serving as vice president, we went to meet him and he said he was not in the know of it and he was misled by the information that the people were not the owners of the land. So the government broke down the structures. And even the government broke down the structures. I think not holding to the fact that they stay at the land for certain point in time, there should have been compensation for them, resettlement benefit, and not to just destroy their homes and allow them to be out without any place to be. So that was actually terrible. And human rights advocates who followed the situation saw that the people were vulnerable, that a government who was charged, the Manasaliv government who was charged of the responsibility back then, and the same United Party government to protect the people, did not protect them. They broke the structures and left them to be out of shelter here and there looking for place to be. So currently, they are hoping that the Bwaka's administration will solve the balance of 4 million that is left to be settled as per the discussion during the president said that is WIA administration to help them. So they are hopeful that that can be done. Let's hear you on the matter. I know you have been following the Finland issued from 2016 to 2019, and now it's just like that because Liberia, whenever the situation it just stands still, nothing happens again, and that's it. No one will talk about it. No one will care for you, your situation. You will cry. You will say what you have to say, and at the end of the day, nothing can be solved. So let's hear you. Will take few calls. 0777 777 105 0555 these are the number to participate. You've been following the federal lane issue. The people are hopeful. They are looking up to government to pay the balance 4 million that can help them. At least their properties were destroyed. Some of them don't have anywhere to go. They are there. They are at the mercy of family members for a longer time. They've been thinking how they can get this remedy, how government can help them. And currently, they are still on the land. The reason for which they broke down the entire place, they haven't done anything there. The place is like a ghost camp. It's just vague. Nothing is being constructed. Nothing for the student, and it's just like that. So they are calling on the Bwaka's administration to help them to settle their balance. Please lower your radio.
Hello.
Yes, let's hear you. Okay. I think I lost that caller. You can call back on the program 07777 105 Let's hear you in the program as you make your input. You've been following the Fender land issue, and the people, they are calling on the government to settle this issue. The Broadcast Administration to help them pay the balance 4 million that is due by the government. Like they said, government is continuity. So whenever a government comes in, they should be able to settle the unsettled scores that was left by other administration. So this is about the citizens. This is about their well-being. This is about the how they go about. So it is important that that can be looked into, that can be solved to help them, have a better living condition. Some of the children who now their parents died, they can have something to work on. They can have something to handle, and we will be talking about this issue continuously because it matters a lot to the citizens. It matters a lot. You have citizens, peaceful citizens, their homes being destroyed, no remedy to that, no compensation, nothing of such. They have cried, some of them have died, and nothing has been done about that. There is a need that the government can bring relief to them. At least knowing that their property was destroyed is something else. They cannot pay for it, but there could be a compensation. And that's why they are asking that the remaining 4 million can be paid by this administration. Like the way we talk about the real minister on yesterday, the Barry issue with the guy who is a minor who is operating illegally, carrying on illegal activities at certain mining areas, sites in Liberia, precisely 9 sites. That's how we continue to talk about this issue. And we will continue to talk about the illegal activity of the real minister, who is known as Barry, the Gelfeng mining owner. We will have to talk about that because these things matters a lot to our country. And when we cannot talk about that, it is not all the time we will talk about the politics, the high politics, but what affect the people, their well-being. How are they going about? These are things that we need to flag each and every day on our platform. And we are going to do that continuously. We will continue to do that because it is important that we talk about that. It is important that we always throw light on it to ensure that the government of the day can do the needful, because it is the citizens, the will of the citizens for the government to serve them. It is the right of the government. It is the right of the government to transform the life of the citizen and not to leave them in or means or way that they cannot cater for themselves. So as the people are calling on the workers administration, it is important that they do the needful as the government to help compensate the people because they are in need. And the 4 million, the balance 4 million, it is important that they can get that. It is important that this administration can settle that. And we look up for that. We are hopeful now the president is back from the business summit in the United States and is back on his decks to look at unfinished business. It is important that we continue to sound this out to the president to know that these are things that need to be taken care of. These are unresolved issues from the past administration, even from the not even the immediate past, but from the other past, that is the Madam Serif administration. So although we are administration that try to solve it, that started it, kickstart the process. They kickstarted the process with the 1 million and the balance 4 million. So it is important that President Joseph Boakai, like he said, I always get reminded about his vow to Liberia. And I like that it is there won't be business as usual. And not having business as usual is about resolving the unresolved situations, unresolved issues, especially issues that are affecting the well-being of the citizens. And that happens to be the issue of the federal land crisis, the federal land issue. After 8 years, those people are still hoping that government can settle their balance of 4 million. So we will continue to talk this on the program. We will continue to call on the government to adhere to make sure that the people of Fender around the campus, that their homes, their properties were destroyed, can be compensated as the government promised to do. So it is important that they will do that. We see that other development projects that were led by the past administration, the government will complete that. Will try to complete that because they have been doing that. Government is continuing it. That is also unresolved issues from the past administration. It is important that that also will be resolved by this administration. So with that said, we want to call it a day on the program because time is always our greatest concern anyway. So we will talk about that more. We'll talk about the federal land issue. We'll talk about the Barry, the real minister issue. These are things we need to talk about. And I've been here. My name is Dennis Nipson. I've been here taking you through on the Today Show. On Monday, we will be back. The team, Yekezi, Dennis, and also Chokon will be back on Monday. Tomorrow will be Lorena and Emmanuel Davis that will take you through to Friday edition as well. So we'd like to say thanks to all those who were watching, who have been following from afar, following our program. We'd like to say thank you so much for being part of the program, for contributing as well, putting through your calls on the program, ensuring that you can participate on the program. We have to say we appreciate your concern as well on the program, and it is important also our 12th graders, as we close the program, we also want to wish them well as they go about their activities as it relates to the WAS exam. We wish them well, that they will do better, they will make Liberia proud. So bye-bye.